And away we go, people. Good morning. It is Friday. Hey, happy Friday, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. It is also Dog Park Friday, where we're going to have guests, but you got to decide if you want to be one of them, because it's coming from the audience today. Also, it is Funky Friday, because I'm bringing back the funk. It's Funky Friday. If you're into my theme music days, this is everyone's favorite Funky Friday. So let's get this thing going. I'm going to play the intro and I'll be back in 60 seconds. See ya. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America. It's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, PDawg Night. All right. I think I may have it figured out. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. It is, what is today? February 21st, 2020. The day before my anniversary. I'm excited about that. Although one of the things we're doing on our anniversary, which happens a lot, is we're going to go watch basketball, because that's kind of a theme in our house on me and Lady Boomer's anniversary. But so that's where it's going to be. So anyway, good morning. I'm glad the picture is working now. And today is Dog Park Friday. No, it's not Penis Friday, Richo. Good. Oh, I see, because C. Thomas is here. So it is Penis Friday. All right, good. Anyway, welcome to the Morning Night Live. And with your host, yours truly, PDawg Night, a.k.a. Marty, a.k.a. the PDawg Night, the dog over there. And I've got some news stories here and there, and again, it is a Dog Park Friday. If you are interested, you'll see in the chat pretty soon the link. If you want to get in line to be on the show today, we are gonna. It's kind of like a call-in show. It's a version of a call-in show, and if you have a microphone and some earphones and you're near a computer, you can certainly join the fun. I will actually put a copy of that link in the chat now, but it'll come up periodically anyway, and you'll be in the queue, and we'll start talking. Well, there it is. Poof, it showed up on its own. We'll start taking calls probably a half hour into the show, roughly around on the half of the hour. So if you want to get in line, you can get in line whenever you want to, and I'll pull you in when we're ready. So anyway, so the big news today, and I don't even see it on my timeline, which is weird. But oh wait, before I even let me get to the important thing first, though. First of all, thank you to Becca Farley, thank you to Arthur President and Necrosol Collins, who have already retweeted the show. Also, thanks to Texas Red. I don't know if you're here yet, but Texas Red just followed me on Twitter, and for retweeting the show. And in fact, let me do this. Actually, Becca does it the old-fashioned way. She hits the share button, which you can do too. If you hit the share button and a couple more clicks, you can put the show out on your own feed, or you can send it to wherever you want to send it. Facebook, Twitter, all those other places. Here's the Twitter. There's the tweet, though, in the chat. And also, let's say good morning to everybody while I'm on this train of thought of thanking people. Thank you for being here, and we're going to start with the person who was here first, which was Richo, my friend from Down Under. You get the bell. Good morning, Richo. Also, good morning, Johnny Hellcat, Advocatus Diabli, Maniac Man, Tyler F., Jaeger Pony, Johnny Hellcat, Lamented Guy, Jay Wolf, Mike Savage, C. Thomas. Nice to see you back, my friend. Green Badger Outdoors. Mike Savage already got you. Let's see, who else is here that I haven't said it to? Attack Alpaca, good morning. And Rhetorical Entertainment, also known as Arthur for President. In fact, I'm going on the Rhetorical Entertainment show later this evening. So if you want to click those little three buttons. Click on click on go to channel. You can do it with a right click and open a new tab and subscribe to their channel while you're at it, and you'll get to hear a little more tonight. Also, Cryptic, hello, how you doing? Sean DW, got Attack Pelican. Golf. Johnny Blaze is here in the house. Good morning, Di Freighter and Becca Farley. So that's a nice. That's a good start. That's a lot of people right off the top of the show. Fantastic. You got here on time. We're ready to go. And so anyway, the big news, wait a minute. Lady Boomer's now over there saying something funny, but now she's hiding her face and she says, good morning, Vietnam. She's been up a little bit. Well, let's just say she's been up all night. I don't know I don't know. But she's going to bed now. Good night, Lady Boomer. Go to bed, Lady Boomer. You've been up all night. Anyway. All right, so anyway, let's get into the show. The big news from yesterday is Roger Stone was sentenced yesterday. Now, the sentence is being held until they make a decision on whether or not the request for a new trial is going to be granted. And he ended up getting 40 months, which is much less than the original lawyers recommended. A little more than normal, but still 40 months, 3.5 years roughly. And we're going to see what happens with that. But now, the thing about that, though, is, oh, goodness gracious. We got our first super chat of the day from Cryptic. Cryptic says, thank you for being a friend. Traveled down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. Now, I'm assuming Cryptic meant for me to sing this. Oh, there's more here. It says, thank you for being a friend. Traveled down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. I'm not afraid to say, I hope it always will stay this way. And I hit the scroll wrong, so I missed the next line that I don't know for sure. Why is my scroll messing up like this? See, now it was so good for just such a short time, and it's still doing it. Come on, screen, fix this. There we go. My hat is off. Won't you stand up and take a bow? All right. Anyway, thank you. I can't remember who sings that song. Crypt, you're going to have to put it in the regular chat. Oh, is that from Golden Girls? Well, they used it as the Golden Girls. Long been Betty White. Oh, yeah, no, Betty White's still doing just fine. Also, good morning, Green Thunder to Mighty. How you doing? And PDawg Knight, despite the sentencing, people are still moralizing against her. Oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Look, my first couple stories are about that. In fact, the first one here is from the American Thinker, and it's more of an editorial, but I think it's a factual case here. How Trump made the federal courts blink. A quick back and forth occurred over the last weekend between President Trump and the nation's federal judges. After lying to Attorney General Barr about seeking a minimum sentence, the prosecutors in the Roger Stone case, including two from the Mueller crew, entered a harsh sentencing recommendation that he'd serve a decade behind bars for lying to Congress. President Trump rightly criticized the prosecutors for their double standard and persecuting one of the political allies. Of his political allies, while leaving Hillary, Huma, Brennan, Clapper, Comey, McCabe, and countless others free to lie. Uh-oh, what happened there? Free to lie. What the hell's going on with my sound effects? That does not make me happy. Anyway, I'll fix that later. Oh, you know what? I think they've been going through... So here's the thing. I'm wondering if Streamlabs has been going through and messing with sound bites that don't necessarily fit the. It's gone. That's why. Hang on a second. Every day I have to do this. All right, hang on. Give me a second. We're gonna be a little unprofessional here, but I'm still gonna do it. Okay, and let's try this.
Your line dog face pony shoulder.
Okay, I think you might have heard that one. Okay, that one's working now. Let's see if the other ones are working. Oh, the Barack Obama's still working. Good. Let's see if the Hammer Time is working, because MC is going to be here at some time. Oh, they took out Hammer Time again. See, I think what they're doing, I think they're considering these possibly copyrighted sounds, and they're not copyrighted sounds. All right, hang on. Let's see. Hang on.
Wow.
Wow is fine. Okay. The bell, we know the bell was working. And finally, see, they are messing with me. That does not make me happy. All right, let's fix it anyway. They're not going to mess me up. They're not going to mess me up. See? Now we're back in business. Okay, let's see here. Now I'm back over here. Let's see. It's an Andrew Gold song and sang and wrote the song. Yeah, the theme song from the Golden Girls. No idea who sings it. Yeah, it was a hit before it was the Golden Girls theme song too. Anyway, all right, let's get back into this. So what was I saying here? Somebody lied. Oh, okay. So President Trump rightly criticized the prosecutors for their double standard in persecuting one of his political allies while leaving Hillary, Huma, Brennan, Clapper, Comey, McCabe, and countless others free to lie.
Your line dog face pony shoulder.
All right. And destroy evidence and obstruct investigations with impunity. The president lit into Judge Amy Brennan Jackson while Twitter jousting by noting that she had not only presided over this political prosecution, gagging Roger Stone in the process, but also allowed the malicious prosecution of the president's former campaign chairman, Paul Manafort, denying him bail and leaving him in solitary confinement during his trial, which was, I don't understand what she was doing there. I don't know if any of the rest of you do either, but let me put this word on the screen so you can see it better. Anyway, so, well, the deep state, when he tweeted that, collectively fainted. The four lying prosecutors resigned as if they'd planned this theatric episode beforehand. The press called President Trump a dictator. Yeah, that always cracks me up, because if he was a dictator, I think there'd be a lot more people in trouble right now. But no, he's going through the process. And the leadership of the 1,100 member Federal Judges Association called for an emergency meeting that simply could not wait. Clearly, the judicial branch was gearing up for an unprecedented rebuke of a sitting president. But a funny thing happened, however, on the way to the courthouse. Two things, actually. First, the jury forewoman in Stone's case outed herself as a diehard Democrat who despises President Trump and his supporters, as well as former congressional candidate and a far-left activist who still buys into the Russian collusion scam. She came out to defend the honor of the prosecutors. That's an interesting word. Honor.
Wow.
She came out to defend the honor of the prosecutors in Stone's case, but ended up revealing that while Judge Jackson silenced Roger Stone from speaking to the public during the trial, the forewoman of the jury was busy posting daily anti-Trump polemics. Second, rather than cowering in intimidation, President Trump took the opportunity of an emergency meeting of the federal judges to publicly ask that they look into the well-documented FISA court fraud and the judiciary's role in perpetrating the greatest political scandal in our nation's history. President Obama's use of the CIA and FBI to spy on the campaign of a presidential candidate from the opposing party and the subsequent use of such criminally obtained information to launch the Mueller probe and attempt to rewrite, I'm changing the words here, attempt to rewrite the results of the presidential election from 2016. Judge Jackson has decided to ignore both the jury forewoman's impropriety and Roger Stone's motion for a new trial and sentenced him to 40 months behind bars. Apparently, you can take part in a coup and find yourself a paid contributor for cable news, but if you attempt to obstruct a coup, hell hath no fury like the deep state scorned. The judges have postponed their planned emergency meeting indefinitely, like most of the things the president says that cause alarm for the D.C. establishment. It is not the recklessness of his words, but the truthfulness that rattles them, and the more truth he slings their way, the more rattled they become. The judges realized that they were about to make a consequential mistake by taking on directly the one person in the country who's not afraid to put the judicial branch in its place. And they need to be put in their place. I agree with this, the rest of this article. I'm going to let you all read that yourself if you want to, but I think you get the gist of it. With President Trump unafraid of standing up to a co-equal branch of the federal government, the judiciary may finally receive the comeuppance it deserves. One thing is certain: if he is ever to receive justice of any kind, President Trump must first take on the justice system. So I put the rest of that article in the chat. Good morning also now. Hello, Mitch the Ripper, Jen T. And I think that's everyone new who's come in since I started. So, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, moving on. Speaking of this thing, though, now this one cracked me up. Hang on a second. Let me find the one. There's a couple articles here. Oh, and we have another super chat from C. Thomas. Good morning, sir. My super chat are we having little internet issues right now? Because my whole thing is messed up here. What the hell is going on? All right, I wonder if there's a way to refresh this. All right, here, I need to do something, folks. I need to reset real quick. So it's going to be a short pause in the show. Just hang on for about, all right. I think I am back, and we're having a little trouble with the my super chats. Let me see if I can find this on my other screen here. Hang on. All right, here we go. Super chat from C. Thomas. Thank you, sir. $2. It's not surprising that the gay-opping Democrat Obama leftovers have very underhanded double standards and flaunt them while they claim Trump is the corrupt swamp. They should be tossed to the curb and forced to get some Wuhan jobs. Well, I don't know that I would just send them to Wuhan, but hey, it's a thought. Oh, they don't need Wuhan jobs. Anyway, good morning also, Data Wasteland and Kessler. How you doing? All right. And W.R. Costin. I think I got everybody now. All right. So here's this one. This one actually cracked me up, though. This is actually funny to me. Apparently, Adam Schiff is trying to find new ways of impeaching President Trump, and this one is hilarious. I just got to say, Representative Adam Schiff warns Trump after Stone's sentencing, pardoning would be a breathtaking act of corruption. Oh my God. Oh my God. Now, before reading one word of this article, let me remind you of probably one of the most closely held nepotistic pardons in the history of pardons. Bill William Jefferson Clinton pardoned his brother. So I don't know what Adam is thinking here. A presidential pardon. Oh, I didn't even start the music, did I? Here, let's have some funk. Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I had to remember to throw in some funk. This speaking of breathtaking, this may just take the cake. Democratic California Representative Adam Schiff called Trump associate Roger Stone's sentence justified in a tweet Thursday, also warning President Trump that pardoning Stone would be corruption. Now, let's just think about that for a second, because the President of the United States does absolutely have the power to pardon anyone they damn well please, and it's not corruption. But anyway, here is Adam Schiff says Roger Stone was found guilty of lying to Congress and threatening a witness. He did, and now that threatening a witness is bullshit too, by the way. He and his friend Credico kind of have this banter thing that goes back and forth. And so Roger Stone sent Credico an email kind of giving him the business, but in a joking manner. And Credico did not take it seriously. In fact, has written a letter to the judge that they should not take that into account. That's just how he and Roger Stone talk to each other. Kind of like when you have your best friend that you call an asshole sometimes. Oh, you're such an asshole. Anyway, that's kind of the thing it was. But anyway, again, Schiff says Roger Stone was found guilty of lying to Congress and threatening a witness. He did it to cover up for Trump. Cover up for what for Trump? Certainly no Russian collusion. Right, Adam? Anyway, his sentence was justified. It should go without saying, but to pardon Stone when his crimes were committed to protect Trump would be a breathtaking act of corruption. Aww. So sad. Stone was sentenced to 40 months in prison in a Washington, D.C. court Thursday on charges related to obstruction and witness tampering. He was originally found guilty in November. So it's taken them from November till February 20th to sentence him? My God. That's not swift justice, is it? The longtime Trump confidant charges stem from special counsel Robert Mueller's Russia investigation, leading to the president tweeting angrily about Mueller. So, anyway, Adam Schiff, yes. Pardoning Stone is an impeachable offense, I bet you're saying it to yourself. Aren't you, Adam? Give me a break. And it's funny, though, because the people he pardoned, we'll get into it in a second. There's one here. Wait till we get to this one. I gotta find it. What happened to it? Oh, is this it right here? No. That's not the one I want. Here it is. So, speaking of pardons, President Trump commuted Rod Blagojevich's sentence. Now, you know who Rod Blagojevich is. Not only one of the more notorious contestants. What was Trump's show called? What the hell was his show called? Why am I blanking out on it? The Apprentice, one of the more notorious contestants on The Apprentice, but also the Illinois governor who is accused of selling Barack Obama's Senate seat. All right. So here's a little article here. Why Obama may be terrified by Trump commuting Blagojevich's sentence. You notice Barack Obama's been pretty quiet lately. Have you noticed that? Except when he said something about taking credit for the Trump economy. But good morning, John Connor, by the way. I see you there. Ever since President Trump commuted the sentence of disgraced former governor of Illinois, Rod Blagojevich, I've been asking myself, why he would do such a thing. I have a theory about that, what might have contributed to the decision, and if I'm right, Barack Obama should be concerned. Now, this is written by Matt Margolis. If you're not familiar with Matt's he's been around for a while. He's a political writer. When Barack Obama won the presidency in 2008, it was then Governor Blagojevich's responsibility to appoint someone to fill the seat. But Blagojevich didn't just want to give it away. He wanted something for it. A Senate seat is a fucking valuable thing. You don't just give it away for nothing, Blagojevich said at the time. In 2011, Blagojevich was sentenced to 11 years in prison on corruption charges. Of course, he wanted a pardon from Obama, but he never got one. That had to be tough for the disgraced governor, considering Obama granted clemency to terrorists and traitors, but couldn't or wouldn't give one to a former political ally. This naturally should have people asking, why? In my opinion, it all comes back to Blagojevich's attempt to sell Obama's former Senate seat. Soon after Obama's victory, negotiations began for Blagojevich to appoint an Obama-approved candidate to fill his seat. Obama even provided a list of suitable candidates. At the top of the list was Valerie Jarrett. But, as previously mentioned, Blagojevich didn't want to just give away the seat to someone. He wanted something in return, a position in Obama's cabinet. Unfortunately for him at the time, he was politically unpopular and the target of a federal corruption probe and being wiretapped by the FBI. Now, I wonder if he was actually wiretapped or were they just digging into his computers? Because, that word wiretap was kind of a contentious word when Donald Trump said it. Hello, Necrosaw Collins. I see you there. All right. Anyway, the chances of him getting picked for a cabinet position were slim. Jarrett also eventually decided to follow Obama to the White House as an advisor. When the Senate seat for sale scandal broke, Obama denied having any contact with the governor about his Senate seat. Oh, I'm sure there was just... Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. We're talking about President Obama. Sorry, I have to keep up on this stuff. Hi, Necrosaw Collins. I see you lurking there. So, Obama denied having any contact with the governor about a Senate seat, and his transition team conducted an internal investigation. Yes, they investigated themselves, which obviously cleared him of violating any laws, because what other conclusion would the Obama transition team come to? An internal investigation. Yeah, you know how those work. However, the criminal complaint and sworn testimony during Blagojevich's trial contradicted Obama's statement, as did media reports at the time. Obama's advisor David Axelrod also accidentally revealed that Obama spoke directly with Blagojevich about the Senate seat, though he later claimed he misspoke. Of course he did. Of course he did. Hello, Check Your Logic. Blagojevich even wanted Obama to subpoena to testify in his trial. One government witness in the trial testified that Obama sent intermediaries to negotiate on his behalf about who should be named to fill his former Senate seat, directly contradicting Obama White House claims to the contrary. Now that Blagojevich is a free man, slighted by Obama, but ingratiated by Trump, it could mean that he would be willing to talk more freely about Obama's illegal actions in the Senate seat for sale scandal. Ooh, wouldn't that be precious? Wouldn't that be precious? That, by the way, that scandal was one of the many that Obama was never held accountable for. But wait a minute. Obama never had any scandals in his administration, right? Right. Moving on. And speaking of people who who have interesting views on what's going on with our current president, of course, we have Stop the Hammering, MSC Lawrence O'Donnell, who still believes that Donald Trump is a Russian operative. Oh my God. Thursday on MSNBC, host Lawrence O'Donnell reacted to reports that President Donald Trump was angered after intelligence officials told a bipartisan group of House members that Russia was attempting to get Trump reelected. O'Donnell said, "The president is a Russian operative." That sounds... Well, here, let me have him tell you yourself. Here's Lawrence O'Donnell, Mr. Stop the Hammering himself.
We begin tonight with another test of America's ability to be shocked by Donald Trump, who has very deliberately shocked America to the point where he hopes that shock has been replaced by acceptance. The president is a Russian operative. That sounds...
Who does Lawrence O'Donnell sound like right now? Is he channeling Keith Olbermann right now? Wait a minute, I gotta hear that again.
The president is a Russian operative. The president is a Russian operative, placed by acceptance. The president is a Russian operative. That sounds like the description of a bad Hollywood screenplay, but it is real. And it is Vladimir Putin's greatest achievement. Decades after America's victory in the Cold War and the collapse of the Soviet Union, the president of the United States is now helping the president of Russia help the president of the United States to get reelected.
Now, you know what's hilarious about this? Of course it's hilarious. If you've been listening to the news, they're all working now. If you listen to the news lately, the United States government just recently put more sanctions on a Russian oil company that was selling something to Venezuela, right? And Venezuela is a kind of an ally of the Russians, and I'm sure that it's just some weird, reverse psychology strategy that Putin has, that Trump damages the Russians at every chance he gets. But not to Lawrence O'Donnell, because Lawrence O'Donnell thinks that Putin wants Donald Trump in there to help him fuck up everything Russian, right?
So that the president of Russia will have four more years of the president of the United States.
Listen to how breathtaking this is, too. Or breathless. He is so serious. He is Keith Olbermann, I'm telling you.
Who he wants in the Oval Office.
Yes.
This is one of those shocking news days, if you retain the capacity to be shocked in the Trump era by the Trump regime, which might be better labeled the Trump-Putin regime.
Oh, the Trump-Putin regime. Right. The Trump-Putin regime gave anti-tank ballistic rocket missiles to Ukraine, who Russia's having, what is that called? Oh, a war with. Yes, Putin arranged for the United States to give the Ukrainians anti-tank missiles that are very effective on Russian tanks. Yes, Putin did that. You fucking morons.
Breaking news situations that suddenly makes recent news make more sense.
Oh, what recent news might that be, Lawrence? What recent news might that be? Let's find out.
News that Donald Trump has outdone himself by appointing one of the most ridiculous, incompetent stooges in the Trump administration to be nothing less than the acting director of national intelligence.
Oh. You know who he's talking about, don't you? Well, let's just take a listen. And I think he's talking about Richard Grenell. I think Lawrence O'Donnell might be homophobic.
The president gave that job to his current ambassador to Germany, Richard Grenell, who intends to remain ambassador to Germany while being the acting director of national intelligence. And
looks like we have another super chat. Thank you, Brendag Fry for the $4.99 with the super chat saying Trump isn't going to pardon Stone because the lead juror is a never Trumper, and isn't going to pardon Stone because the lead juror is a never Trumper and had a Facebook page to that effect, and the judge knew it. I think that the request for a new trial is probably going to happen. I think obviously the judge in the case blinked somewhat by giving Stone only 40 months and not going with the original recommendations from the four guys that quit. But you may be right. I think that it could end up being a mistrial and going back either into a new trial or maybe even having the case thrown out, because now all that information is in the media. She can't pretend that it's something that she didn't know about. And when you look at some of the people who were removed from the jury, even then, they knew that she had been a candidate for for Congress. So I don't know. Anyway, all right, let's go. This should have been dismissed as a mistrial. Absolutely, I agree with you. All right. Anyway,
Richard Grenell will be replacing Joseph McGuire, who was serving as an acting director of national intelligence, and he expected to be nominated by the president to be confirmed by Mitch McConnell's Senate as the official director of national intelligence, until Vladimir Putin showed Donald Trump that he needed an even more incompetent director.
oh, was that Brenda G. Oh, it's Brenda. I'm sorry. I just read that. Well, thank you for the $4.99 super chat, by the way, on the Streamlabs link in the description down below and in the chat. All right.
Director of national intelligence, because Vladimir Putin is working hard to re-elect his favorite president of the United States in history.
What is Richard Grenell being appointed as the director of the national intelligence have to do with Putin getting Trump reelected? I didn't think the Russians were too hip on gay people either. So is that Putin's secret lover or something? What are you talking about, Lawrence O'Donnell? What the hell are you talking about? Hello, Shia Grath. Welcome. How you doing? What the F are you talking about?
And Donald Trump doesn't want the American intelligence community getting in the way of Vladimir Putin's help, as intelligence officials did exactly 1 week ago in a briefing to the House Intelligence Committee, which we are just learning about tonight, according to reports in the New York Times and the Washington Post.
Okay, New York Times and the Washington Post. Let's take it with an entire cinder block of salt.
Joseph McGuire's staff briefed the House Intelligence Committee on Russia's latest efforts to interfere in the presidential campaign to help Donald Trump. The Washington Post was first to report President Trump's reaction to intelligence officials following the law and briefing the House Intelligence Committee on Russia's latest attempts to help the Trump campaign. Washington Post.
Okay, so, all right, so let's see here. Discussing outgoing Director of National Intelligence Joseph McGuire being replaced by Ambassador to Germany Richard Grenell after the briefing, O'Donnell said Donald Trump is operating in the White House in conjunction with Vladimir Putin to hide what Vladimir Putin is doing to help Donald Trump get reelected. Donald Trump is a Russian operative. If tonight's reporting by the Washington Post, New York Times is true, that's the biggest question. If the reporting by the Washington Times or the New York Times, Washington Post or New York Times is true, that's the bigger question.
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
All right. Thank you, Lamented Guide, with the $2 in the Streamlabs. Quote, Stop the Hammering says, Trump is a Russian operative. Independent media. Where's the evidence? YouTube, silence authoritative sources are speaking. Yeah, isn't that the truth? The authoritative sources. Oh, did you know that there's a new add-on? I think you can add it on to Chrome and maybe to Foxfire or whatever. There's a new add-on that you can actually get actual trending topics and non-corporate media suggestions on YouTube. I'm gonna have to go. It's made by Dissenter, the same people who made Dissenter, where you can comment on different things independent of the sources. But anyway, then he here, let's finish Lawrence O'Donnell here. This is hilarious. This is hilarious to me.
Those reports, Trump erupted at his acting
director of National Intelligence. You know, Joseph McGuire. So funny how the inside sources, the unnamed sources, the Firefox, all these sources know exactly what happened in the White House, know exactly how Donald Trump reacted to everything. You know what's weird? If you ever watch meetings, maybe because he knows he's on TV or something, but you ever notice how if you watch Trump when they have like live footage of his meetings or recordings of his meetings, do you ever notice, have you ever seen Donald Trump actually erupt? Now I know he talks loud at his rallies and he makes jokes and says, sometimes unusual things, but have you ever seen him actually erupt. I've never seen it, but they always try to play him off as if he's always so angry. You know, even when what's his ding dong on Saturday Night Live, Alec Baldwin plays him. He plays him really like he's a grumpy dude. And I watch him in events, and I just never see that. And I remember, I think Trump's a jackass. Remember that. You all know that I think Trump's a jackass. But I've never seen him seem super angry about things. Now he has that kind of that a little bit of a resting bitch face thing going, but you know, I'm sorry, I've never seen him actually erupt about anything. It's just funny how they describe that Trump erupted at his acting director of national intelligence, Joseph McGuire, in the Oval Office, perceiving him and his staff as disloyal for speaking to Congress about Russian perceived preference.
In the Oval Office, perceiving
again, grain of salt. Oh, excuse me, an entire salt lick of salt. In fact, here. X'd it out.
MSNBC's Lawrence.
Whoops.
him and his staff as disloyal for speaking to Congress about Russia's perceived preference. There was a dressing down of McGuire, said another individual. McGuire came away despondent. The Washington Post and New York Times report that the intelligence briefing of the committee by Joseph McGuire's staff, led by Shelby Pearson, became contentious, with Republicans on the committee arguing against the intelligence findings that were being presented to the committee. According to the Washington Post, one member of the committee violated the committee's secrecy rules and told Donald Trump about the briefing.
All right. Thank you, C. Thomas. The media says Trump and his supporters all believe in untruths and drown in conspiracy theories. It's disgusting. Also, the media. Everything is a Russian troll conspiracy by Putin to get Trump reelected and control our democracy. Thank you, C. Thomas, for the super chat. Thank you, sir. Good morning, Lindsay. I see you there. Good morning. I see you. All right. Anyway, enough of Lawrence O'Donnell. This is pathetic. It is absolutely pathetic that they cling to this Russian conspiracy theory. And if you know, it's funny because if you only watch MSNBC, now I see clips from all the news stations. I don't watch any of them, and that I don't watch Fox News. I don't watch CNN. I don't watch MSNBC. I just basically find clips of everything I want to see on the internet. And but it's so funny how these it's between O'Donnell, Rachel Maddow, and Chris Hayes, it's all Russian conspiracy theory all the time. And then CNN is just everything anything they can think of bad about Trump, they do. And it gets annoying. It's really crazy. And finally, let's go back to, let's talk about John Bolton for a little bit. Oh, by the way, did I didn't close that window, did I? What happened to my window there? Hang on. Oh, my Streamlabs thing went out. That's probably why you're wondering why. You're probably wondering what happened to my Streamlabs. Hang on a second here. I'll fix that. I had a StreamYard window open and I didn't even leave it open. Hang on. All right, so we are in a let me get back into the studio. Now I can't remember which one I was in. All right, hang on. I'm gonna have to check something here. My apologies. I am doing the StreamYard's stream here today, but now I got to find which one I was in. So let's go scroll up here to make sure I can get into it. Let's see, because it is Dog Park Friday, and if you really want to join the show today, you are welcome. I just got to get the. Did I accidentally click it off? Hang on. Okay, that's the Streamlabs. Is that? Okay, hang on. We're going to put a new link because I don't have it here handy. My apologies, gang. Let's go into here, give a timer, find this one. There we go. Okay, so SPM4. Hang on. Way up the top somewhere? Yeah, I know. I think I found it. And give me 1 second. There we go. And I'm back in the studio. If you want to join the show today, it is in the chat. I'm going to put the link in the chat also. And you will, I'll pull you in a bit. I'm going to start taking calls, so to speak. There's the link. And away we go. Now I fixed that. So I'll be adding people. If you come in, I'll pull you in and we'll have a little chat if you want to add anything. All right, so we got, now here's another one, John Bolton. So remember how the Democrats were really, really upset that John Bolton didn't testify in the impeachment trial, right? Well, John Bolton admits last-minute impeachment leak was a publicity stunt. Former National Security Advisor John Bolton admitted Wednesday that his testimony in President Donald Trump's recent impeachment proceedings involving Ukraine would have had no impact on the trial's outcome, even after sections of his upcoming book leaked, attempting to convict the president in the final days. People could argue about what I would have said and what I would have done, Bolton said at Vanderbilt University Wednesday night during a forum with his predecessor, Susan Rice, according to ABC News. I will bet you $1 right here and now that my testimony would have made no difference in the ultimate outcome. I sleep at night because I have followed my conscience, Bolton added. Rice challenged Bolton's decision to remain silent throughout the process, despite not ever being subpoenaed by the House or Senate in the proceedings. It's inconceivable to me that if I had first-hand knowledge of a gross abuse of presidential power, that I would withhold my testimony, Rice said. I feel like I was shamefully violating my oath and that I took to support and defend the Constitution. Okay, she doesn't really talk like that, but I just wanted to say inconceivable. Bolton argued that the House botched the process and condemned the House Democrats for having committed impeachment malpractice. Yes, John Bolton, you're my hero. The process drove Republicans who might have voted for impeachment away from the president because it was two-parted, Bolton claimed. Bolton's new book, Room Where It Happened, a White House memoir, is slated to be released next month and is expected to reveal what Bolton might have said had he been forced to testify before lawmakers in the impeachment proceedings. Republicans in the Senate defeated Democrats' effort to bring Bolton before the upper chamber before the final vote, with only Senators Mitt Romney of Utah and Susan Collins of Maine voting in favor of that measure. In the final days of the trial, however, sections of Bolton's upcoming book were leaked to the New York Times. Oh no! I wonder by who? Fetman's brother. Featuring Bolton accusing Trump of tying the nearly $400 million in military aid to Ukraine with politically motivated investigations, as Democrats alleged. The leak happened to come on the same day as the book became available for online pre-orderings, revealing the move as nothing more than a publicity stunt. On Monday, Bolton accused the White House of trying to suppress the details of the book in his first public remarks since the president's exoneration at Duke University, which he was protested at quite mightily. You know what's funny also about that is, remember what the thing in the book said. It said that the president would have preferred, again, I say preferred, that the investigations were announced before the leak of military aid. Preferred is an interesting choice of words, isn't it? Preferred means maybe, perhaps, it was not demanded, but preferred. That's not a demand. That's not required. That is not a condition. Just a preference. Just saying. All right. It's well beyond the time that I wanted to do this. Let's get into a little Dog Park Friday. If you would like to jump in the call-in portion of this show today, the link is there in the chat. You know what? Maybe I'll put it I didn't put it in the description. Maybe I'll add it to the description too. It'll be just a random link that's right below the. It'll be right below. Here we go. Hang on. I'll put the link to the. I'll just put Dog Park Friday. And it will also be in the description, just in case you don't see it in the chat. And we'll save that. So now I just added to the description of the show. Let's see who's here. Oh, what did I do there? What the hell did I do? I'm showing you all my business. Anyway, there's nothing there that will be a problem. So let's get into a little Dog Park Friday. Let's see who's in line first. Let me find the right click here. Looks like I've got CTP is up first. Then we'll have, after that will be Gen T and then Kessler. So first of all, let's add CTP. That might be C Thomas, I'm guessing. Can you hear me there, C Thomas? Hello?
It's me, your boy, C Thomas.
Oh, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm doing all right. Just enjoying the show and kind of sitting here fuming, going, what the fuck is all these gay ops shit?
Well, okay, so what do you think? Now, the gay ops, that's kind of a hard bastard phrase for those of you who watch Hard Bastard. Just ops that just seem to be a little bit, what's a good word for that, C. Thomas? Just something that like a media-driven, politically driven operation to create havoc to the Trump administration. That's what I would call it. Does that sound pretty accurate to you?
I would say soft coup in shorter words.
Okay, yeah, that also works for me. So what do you think the biggest story is right now as far as that goes, or what? Well, actually, what do you want to talk about? What's on your mind?
Well, I would definitely say that when it comes to the whole Roger Stone stuff, I just think it's weird how at first Roger Stone was just seen as we shouldn't worry about him, and then all of a sudden now he's like the worst thing ever, especially after Papadopoulos and the other guys found themselves on the wrong side of a jail cell.
Do you think now? What do you think about the idea that? To me, it seems almost obvious there should be a mistrial. What do you think as far as the judge in the case? Do you think that when she said she was not going to, she was still going to do the sentencing before she makes a ruling on the mistrial on that juror? Do you think that there will be an actual mistrial with this judge, or do you think they'll have to go through the appeal process for that?
I think she'll say that she'll declare a mistrial, but then not do it just so that on the off chance that nobody notices her doing underhanded crap.
Yeah, I
can't help but be suspicious.
I really, and I can't remember who appointed her. And is she a Bush appointee? I think she's a Bush appointee, but
I believe so.
Which, not that really means anything. There's certainly good judges that have been approved by every president that I've ever heard of. But it just seems odd that, especially when she had Manafort in solitary confinement, I just never understood that. Were they worried that he was going to hurt himself? What was that all about? But anyway, and also the whole Roger Stone thing, to me, the whole situation is crazy. Like the fact that they sent in, the FBI with, coming in with assault weapons and dogs and surrounding his house. Like this guy is some, like they were picking up Al Capone, and then just so happened that CNN happened to be right there at the time to put it on tape.
It did not smell of rigged at all. It was totally organic. CNN just only got a tip from a reliable source. Right, Stancer?
Right. All right. Well, anything else you want to add? I'm going to move on to the next one. What do you want to? Anything else you want to add before we sign you off here?
I don't really have anything else to add. You can go ahead and shift me out because I also have to go.
Okay, well, before that, I do want to thank you. You've been around the show for a long time. You've been very generous with the super chats and everything, and I do greatly appreciate you being here, man. So I hope you have a great day. You're out of here?
I'm gonna be around for probably a couple more minutes, and then I gotta be out of here. And yeah, no problem. I like you. You're like a more tame version of Hard Bastard as far as I'm concerned. So,
all right. Well,
hey,
again,
what can you do?
I thank you greatly, and then we'll talk to you again soon. All right, man.
All right,
thank
later.
You. All right, bye. All right. Next, I'll have Jen. I'll have Jen T up next with Kessler on deck and Richo in the hole. And I do have a space if you want to add yourself to the list. I think my queue only holds 5 people. It may hold more. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's say good morning to Jen T. Hello, Jen T. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I am outstanding. What's going on today?
Well, so far not too much. I did message Bloodwing because, I know he's been working the last couple weeks. That's why he hasn't been around. So
Okay.
I don't know if he's going to be free or not. But I've missed. I'm a scheduled person too, So when I know I haven't seen a person in 3 weeks online, I'm just like, okay, now I want to watch you really badly.
Oh well, I thank you so much.
Well, I get up specifically for these because I'm not normally a morning owl.
Oh, well that makes me feel great.
Well, I have to actually retrain my brain to wake up too, because it's one of those things where when you've spent the majority of your life as a night owl,
Sure.
and then you wake up one day and you realize that the value of your sleep at night is actually better.
Yeah, well, and yeah, because you are up late. Because when I leave for work, I see you sometimes watching other shows too. And I think it's because you're still up, not because you just got up.
It's usually because I'm still up.
Yeah.
I had a couple. It's one of those things when you've been out of work for a really long time and your brain doesn't know what to do because we are structured for schedules.
Right.
Absolutely. So not having a proper schedule, I have to make one up. Sometimes I'll set an alarm for a couple weeks and wake up at a certain time just so that I sort of function like a regular person. But half of my time is spent online because I'm like, well, I'm not finding real work, so at least it gives me something to do.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Real quick, I'm going to say hi to Mr. Dax, who just showed up in the chat. Also, Faithless, good morning. So, hey, what's on your mind today, Jen?
So I have tried to see if I can wheedle my way into getting a Bloodwing on a stream.
Oh.
I make no promises. If I can, I'm going to see if maybe I can send out a link to Alex. Because I know he's been dealing with stuff too.
Right.
But I just think it would be nice to have a stream with the two of them on and just talk with them and updates and stuff. I did fling a little bit of poo at Alex because I'm his friend and I love him very much. Yeah. But he made a joke about Shani this morning, so I told him that you see what happened with his brain is he got a little too close to a Shani Dutch oven. Because traditionally a Dutch oven requires somebody to pull a blanket over your head, but with Shani you don't need that. You don't need no blankets with Shani.
Oh my God! Yes, you can smell her through the internet. Anyway, it's funny because Alex used to be on with Bloodwing as a regular, and has Bloodwing not been streaming lately? Because or is he just doing it a couple days a week?
I think it's just his work. It seems like something that happens. Basically, I think people quit, and he's just picking up the extra shifts. And I mean, Bloodwing isn't exactly a young sprite guy. He's just gotten over some medical issues. I think they loaded him with a bunch of shifts, and he's just like, okay. Yeah. But at the same time, he could use the money. So I'm glad for him to actually get something a little bit more concrete than
sure.
Yeah,
that would be cool though, getting them on a stream together since they used to stream together all the time.
Yeah, I know they're both busy, and I mean Alex is dealing with different stuff, and I hope everything turns out okay for him. But I think he's got another week to go for that second scan.
Right.
But I haven't talked to him since he did his stream last week when he updated everybody, and he looks like he's doing okay, but it's still a shock to see what shit can do to people.
Right.
You know?
Right. It really is. All right. Well, anything else you want to add before I move on to the next person?
No. I just hope everyone's looking forward to a great weekend.
Absolutely.
And don't party too hard. You know, you got to get up on Monday. So.
Right. No, yeah, I hear you. Well, I got a busy weekend because it's my wedding anniversary and my
Happy anniversary!
Oh, thank you. And then my son's playing an alumni basketball game at his university, which is before their team's regular game. So yeah, it's we got a busy weekend and plan. Plus, we got a house we've torn apart and are got to put that together now. So anyway, all right. Well, you have a good weekend. Thanks for coming on, and thanks for being a supporter of the show. I really appreciate you.
No, thank you.
All right, thanks a lot. All right, next I've got Kessler on deck, and Kessler's next, and then Richo's behind that. So if you want to get in the queue, the link it shows up in the stream eventually. Here, I'll just put it in the stream again. There's the link if you want to get in the call-in show. Next we have Kessler. Good morning, Kessler. How you doing? Hello.
PDawg.
Hey, you're there. There you go.
How are you?
I'm very well. How are you today?
Good. I'm just using the phone, so I hope it's working all right.
It sounds just fine. This sounds good. So, what's on your mind, sir?
Oh, nothing. Usually, what's on my mind is politics and what's going on in the day-to-day nonsense that we got. But
sure. Hey,
I was going to ask you what's your opinion of, Trump maybe pardoning Mr. Stone before the election.
Here's the thing. Okay, and this fits into my theme that Trump is a jackass. Okay, and again, I'm not saying that's a negative thing. I think you almost have to be a jackass to have the cojones to pardon Roger Stone before the election. I think he might do it, just to put it in their face. I don't think he cares. Here's the thing about Trump. He doesn't like to be contradicted. He chirps out at everyone who attacks him, but I don't think he gives a rip about what people think about him personally.
Well, one thing I was going to say, yes and no, because if you think he was going to do Stone, he probably would have did Manafort by now. But my opinion is I think that's just all going to roll down after the election when you see Trump in I don't give a fuck mode. Like, really, I don't give a fuck mode?
The difference between Manafort and Stone is Manafort was found guilty on a bunch of other stuff completely unrelated to Trump. So he's definitely
exactly,
not. He'll never.
But the caveats with Manafort is like the Podesta brother, not Clinton's campaign manager, but his brother was his partner, and gets away scot-free from all of these charges. But Manafort gets nailed with them. So I think that's the other reason why it's kind of a poke in the eye to the Democrats, and it's like, hey, you guys got a two-way justice system. A one-way justice system. It doesn't work, in two ways with both sides like it should. Right,
but I don't mean as far as never pardoning Manafort. I just mean before the election, because that's where I sit. Because with him, you'd be pardoning him for things that have nothing to do with the election, whereas in Stone, it is strictly related to the Russian nonsense and the election. It's strictly related to this whole Mueller thing. Stone wasn't charged for anything outside that versus Manafort, who was charged with other federal crimes. So
I was going to say the other revelation that came out with, how they kind of got tipped off to the Manafort thing, though, was, basically that it was a Ukrainian intelligence operation also, know. So they're tipping off all this information. So that's the other reason why I could see it's justified to do it.
So kind of a fruit of the poison tree thing.
Well, that's what I would say. I mean, why wouldn't it apply in that case? I would think it is.
Yeah, I still think though the possibility that would be the reason if he's going to pardon Manafort, it would be after he won an election. If it's before versus Stone, who he could do before the election with far less. I don't know. I mean, obviously the Democrats are going to howl either way, but I think it can be much more easily. Gosh, I can't talk. Much more easily justified than anything with Paul Manafort. Paul Manafort's crimes. Now the other part with that, did they give Tony Podesta immunity completely on that? Is that I can't remember.
I would imagine something like that, because you think or something close to it, because they would have charged them if they're going to by now.
Yeah, that's the one I don't get. How did they not charge Tony Podesta for the exact same thing? Because it's his company.
He's a Democrat.
Well, right. Well, no, not right. No, I know the real reason. I just fact that they did.
He doesn't like Trump, or he don't even have to be that. You just have to, not like Trump.
Right. All right. Well, cool. Well, hey,
on to your next callers here, and you have a great weekend. Good anniversary. We'll see you in the chats.
All right, man. Thank you so much. Appreciate you coming by and coming and being a regular in the chat. So we'll have a good day, man.
Yeah, you too, PDawg.
All right, thank you. All right, moving on. Next in the stream, we're gonna have my friend from down under. Looks like you got a new avatar. Good morning, Richo, with the new kangaroo avatar. I've never seen that one before. How you doing?
How you going, PDawg? That's my old one. I can't find my new one.
Oh, that's
a friend of mine made it up,
one.
and it's
so. My
it's
main man
old
from
one.
Australia, Mr. Richo. How you doing, bro?
Yeah, happy anniversary for tomorrow, by the way.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. What's on your mind, my man?
Just this whole election thing. I just want to say, you guys turn it into like a rock concert. We don't actually do that down here.
Oh,
Ours
really?
goes for 3 months and that's it. You guys turn it into this 2-year bloody, I'll call it a shit fest.
Oh my God. I wish they wouldn't though. I wish I wish, it's funny because especially now, not so much with some of the Congress people who, because the people in Congress, the House of Representatives, they get elected every 2 years. And it seems like, as soon as these presidential candidates, some of the congressional people start running almost as soon as they get elected again. But the 2-year long, people going, well, I might or might not run, and then I'm going to run, and now I'm going to announce my official running, in 2 months, and then now I've officially announced my running. Now we're running for a year and a half, and then all these debates.
At least the last debate was quite entertaining, though, for once.
So did you watch the last debate?
Yeah, I had Snoop's stream going because he had the actual video going, and then I was also listening to Lords of the Nights.
Okay, similar to what I was doing. I had I had Razor Fist stream going and had the Lords of the Nights open, and I had 2 windows open listening to both of them. So you seem now to follow American politics very, very closely.
Yeah, I think it's because all the content I must watch on here, and they always talk about it. Plus, since Donald Trump got elected,
yes,
the media is the same down here. Every second article was Trump bad, Trump bad, Trump bad. We never had that before.
Really?
Yeah, I've never seen any president from outside, because I'm obviously not in America, get attacked like Trump gets attacked, even in our media.
Really?
Which makes no sense.
Is there any media there that is pro-Trump? I know you have one. Don't you have one like a Sky News or something like that?
Yeah, Sky News Australia. During the daytime, it's a bit lefty, but at night time, they've got shows a bit like Tucker Carlson and that, a little bit, not the same, a little bit, and they're a bit more right leaning. They're pretty much on Trump's side.
Okay.
I just find it really weird because I've never seen the coverage of a US politics like I have the last few years.
Really,
not even that no one likes him. As when I say no one, I mean the media. No one in the media likes him.
Huh? Not even Barack Obama?
No, he was popular when he first got elected because obviously he was the first black man.
Right.
And that was big news, but nothing like you see with Trump.
Huh.
Really weird.
And what do you now? So you say they mostly bash Trump. What's their most common issue with Trump as far as the media there?
It's the same. They parrot exactly the same things that your news media does. A Russia thing. When he first got elected, they hammered that pussy thing. Grabbed him by the pussy. Oh, they wouldn't let that one go.
Oh yeah, no, because you can't. You're not allowed to tell a tasteless joke. I'm sure nobody in Australia, in the entire country and continent of Australia, has ever told a raunchy joke.
Of course not.
Australian humor is prim and proper and pristine with no raunchy jokes allowed. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're all dirty convicts down here, mate. Don't worry about that.
Oh, that's right. I forgot.
But yeah, I'll let you go. But it's really good to actually talk to you face to face for once.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you being here. You've been one of my. You're one of the first people every day, and I really do appreciate coming by.
Yeah, you helped my insomnia. Thank you very much.
All righty, awesome. Well, thank
Okay.
you. All right, man. Thanks. We'll talk to you again. All right, bye. All right, folks. Well, it is now time for Twitter Trends, which we do every day just to find out what's happening in the world right now and find out what people are going to be talking about later in the day and what videos you're going to watch tomorrow. So thank you again to the people who jumped in on the call-in. Also, if you want to jump in still, the line is still open. I'll pop it open every once now and then just to make sure to see if anyone's there. Damn, StreamYards doesn't like my phone apparently. Oh, I'm sorry, Lamented Guide. Yeah, it's not. I have a chance with sometimes I have a challenge with my phone too when I try to go on StreamYards. All right, let's check out the Twitter trends for today. What's on the Explore tab? Oh, do I have the wrong window open here? Yeah, there we go. Before I do that, though, real quick, a couple more thank yous, I believe, as soon as the notifications pop up. Thank you, Chi-Town J, RVA, Tyler F, and I already said thank you to Arthur Presidents at Necrosaw Collins and Becca Farley, all the people who've been tweeting out the show. Also, you can hit the old share arrow right down there somewhere, and you can share this out. All right, let's find out Twitter trends real quick. On the front of the Explore tab, today it says Hunters TV. Okay, that's just... Okay, it's an Amazon original show, Hunters. It's not anything important. It's not any breaking news, so we can skip that. But anyway, starting in the Friday Twitter trends, top of the list today is the Friday feeling, because we always have to have a Friday something. Hopefully, who knows, we might even get a Twitter thought out of this one. But at the top of Friday feeling, okay, when anytime you see a little kid going, this kid is jamming. Look at this kid go. That is it. Hang on. Little dude is jamming, isn't he? Go. All right, this kid, that is definitely a Friday feeling, because it's Friday, right? It's Friday and everyone's ready for the weekend, and this dude is definitely ready for the weekend. Where are all the hotties at? Come on, baby. Come on over here and dance with me. Hey, I don't need you. I'm going to dance all by myself. All right. Way to go, little dude. All right. Moving on. Oh, we have a Doge-looking dog giving us a Doge look. That, too, is a Friday feeling. Let's see. Lurcher leaping a fence by UK photographer Faye Goodwin. That's the let's get the hell out of here Friday feeling. That's a good one. Meet the DC resident who is standing up for climate change. Oh, good Lord. Okay, I'm going to skip. Here's a Friday feeling. This dude's ready for some grub. Oh, he's jamming. That is awesome. That is awesome. Okay, talk about some Friday. People got some Friday feelings going. All right, let's move on. Number 2 on the Twitter trends list is something to do with K-pop. Hang on, more notifications going. Hang on, Stormy Sutherland. Thank you very much. And I already said Chi-Town J. Thank you guys for retweeting the show. It helps so much when you do that. All right, moving on. Number 2, the BTS comeback. Patrice Ripley warned me of this. There would be a K-pop trending somewhere, and it happens to be, Map of the Soul too. Is that the album you were telling me about? So BTS, the K-pop group extraordinaire, is making a comeback. You're doing great, Army. Push forward with this as motivation. Hundreds of artists are hungry for what BTS has. They would kill to have fans as dedicated as us. We have the power here, and there's no better place to put it than behind BTS. Don't get complacent. Oh my gosh, these people are serious about their K-pop. And as you scroll down, you just see little pictures of the BTS crew, because number 3 is also trending, a K-pop thing, Map of the Soul. So apparently this K-pop group, BTS, they are very lovely men. Something Map of the Soul 7, whatever that means, it has arrived. Play the latest video from the album from BTS. And these guys are just singing and dancing fools. They kind of take the boy band thing to a whole new level. Good morning, Green Badger Outdoors. Good morning, Bob H. How you doing? And there you go, Patish Ripley, my local and official my official Morning Night Live K-pop aficionado. Just check her out in the stream. All right, let's move on, because the K-pop fams are out there, baby. Trending number 4. Oh, Friday Vibes is number 4. We're just gonna skip Friday Vibes. I got a little surprise in Friday Vibes last time, and I'm a little afraid to click it anyway. Moving on, Friday Thoughts. I will click Friday Thoughts though, because the Friday motivation or whatever, Friday feeling was great. But here we go. One farmer tells Sarah Ann Cowgill. Oh, so remember when Mike Bloomberg said some shit about some farmers, and you don't have to be that smart to be a farmer. You just got to put a hole in the ground and put a seed in it, and shit will start growing. Well, one farmer tells one of our reporters at Liberty Nation, Mike Bloomberg, if we have a famine, you will know what a farmer does. Farmers have gotten so good at what they do, no one worries about food. Too bad politicians haven't improved as much. I'm pretty sure the farmers are not happy with Mike Bloomberg. Anyway, and there's an article, Liberty Nation. I'm going to skip the article, but here's a Friday thought. I know most of you are smart and get this, but here's a reminder. Bernie Sanders and AOC's hate of billionaires will do nothing for the average American. Absolutely nothing. Ha! Hell right. Ain't that the truth? Holy smoke. Let's see. We got Mrs. Krasenstein. We know who Ms. Krasenstein really is. We all know who Ms. Krasenstein really is. Ms. Krasenstein is one of the 2 Krasenstein's brothers, tweeting under his wife's Twitter handle. And here it is. Ms. Krasenstein says, the President of the United States was informed that Russia is again trying to interfere in our elections, and instead of being pissed at Russia, he's pissed at his own intelligence community for informing the public. Okay. Wake up, GOP. Wake the hell up. Whatever. Now, this is funny because remember the story about supposedly Julian Assange's attorney said that somebody from the Dana Rohrabacher, or whatever his name is, went over and said the president would give Julian Assange a pardon if he gave information that said the Russians didn't hack the DNC. Remember that story? That story, that was one of those stories where immediately when I read it, my bullshit meter went off. Okay, so here's somebody tweeting about it. In case you missed it, on Wednesday, attorneys for Julian Assange told a British court that Trump had offered Assange a pardon in exchange for keeping quiet about Russia's involvement in the DNC hacking. You can read about it at The Independent here. And then, so if Trump did try quid pro quo with Julian Assange, they're saying let's investigate, whatever. Okay, let's have a little chat about this, because this and I'm going to go back to just me on this while I look up some stuff. This story is, let's see, what's a good word for it? Bullshit. Now think about this. Julian Assange, let me see if I can find it. Julian Assange. The story is complete crap. because do you remember when Julian Assange was doing an interview? Here, let's go. Julian Assange. I think it was Sean Hannity, maybe. Julian Assange, Sean Hannity. Now the Daily Beast has their Where's the interview of Assange? It's funny because all these people. Here we go. Here's the story from way back when. And this was before Julian Assange was arrested. This is from January 2nd, 2017. In an exclusive interview with Fox News Channel Sean Hannity, and Sean Hannity's a jackass too, but I'm not a fan of Hannity, but whatever. He is what he is. In an exclusive interview with Fox News Channel Sean Hannity, the founder of WikiLeaks, Julian Assange, said Russia was not the source for the DNC and John Podesta hacks. Now, think about whatever you think about WikiLeaks, okay? Whatever you think about them. Has WikiLeaks ever been accused of leaking something that was fake? No. They have a 100% record of being accurate, okay? And then Julian Assange himself says Russia was not the source for the DNC and John Podesta leaks. Hannity, here, how long is this? Maybe we'll just play it. Might still be active here. Hope there's not an ad. If there's an ad, I'm just going to pause it and read it. Today, this is a long time going. If there's an ad, we're going to give it. Okay, here we go. Holy shit, it's slow loading. It's loading an ad. All right, we're not going to read it. Here it is. So Hannity says to Assange.
Can you say to the American people unequivocally?
Okay, it's really taking a long time to load. I don't know why. All right, hang on.
That you did not get this information.
All right, I'm just going to pause it. Forget it. I'll just read it. Anyway, he says, can you say to the American people unequivocally that you did not get this information about the DNC, John Podesta's emails? Can you tell the American people 1,000% that you did not get it from Russia or anybody associated with Russia? Assange answers, yes, we can say, we have said repeatedly that over the last 2 months that our source is not the Russian government and it is not a state party. That's already out in the record. Now, the full interview with Assange, which aired that Tuesday night, whatever. Here's Assange. Our publication had wide uptake by the American people. They're all true. But that's not the allegations that's being presented by the Obama White House. So why such a dramatic response? Well, the reason is obvious. They're trying to delegitimize the Trump administration as it goes into the White House. They're trying to say that President-elect Trump is not a legitimate president regarding all this Russian nonsense. And then he says again, our source is not a state party. So the answer for our interactions is no. But if we look at our most recent statement from the U.S. government, which is on the 29th of December, okay, we had 5 different branches of government, Treasury, DHS, FBI, White House, presenting their accusations to underpin Obama's throwing out 29 Russian diplomats. What was missing from those statements? The word WikiLeaks. It's very strange. Okay, so he did not. And we've said this all along. So his source had to be, if it's not the Russians, nor is it any state party, that means they got the information from an individual not related to any state, meaning somebody leaked it to them. And that's all I'm going to say, so I'm not called a conspiracy theorist. Okay, from his mouth, he said himself. Okay, but now, so this story here that apparently that Trump offered a pardon. Now, I know there's a story out there somewhere where Rohrbach, whatever his name is, the guy that went to go talked to Assange and got this information, the whole pardon thing. It had nothing to do. It was the other way around. Rohrabacher didn't say anything about a pardon. And in fact, when Rohrabacher came back and said that, they'll give the information if they possibly get a pardon, the Trump administration never responded. So the idea that the attorneys for Julian Assange told the court that Trump offered Assange a pardon in exchange for keeping quiet about Russia's involvement, that is spin that came from the Daily Beast. The Daily Beast wrote that story. This is not from the Independent. They're reporting on what the Daily Beast story says. It's amazing how they get onto a narrative in the media, and now all of them are eating up this narrative. It's embarrassing. Sorry, yes, I see a name in the chat that I'm thinking about too. Oh, by the way, Judicial Watch, the group that pretty much watchdogs everything the government said, they've requested documents about any conversation that Peter Strzok had about Seth Rich, because they were talking about Seth Rich in one of these documents that they found in one of these emails. And so now Judicial Watch has done a FOIA request on anything they have related to Seth Rich. That's very fascinating. Oh, did I say his name? All right, moving on. That's the Friday thought of the day. Moving on, Doug Collins is trending. Doug Collins said he's not interested in being the Trump wanted to nominate Doug Collins, the Georgia representative, to be the director of national intelligence, and Doug Collins says he's not interested. That's why he's trending. My Time, that's some music that's out this week. Let's see what this is. Oh, that's part of the BTS thing. K-pop. Woohoo. Let's see here. Monrovia. Oh, I see you, D.I. Freighter. I'll catch you in a second here. I just realized you're waiting in the wings here. Here, I'll do a couple more, and then we'll get D.I. Freighter in the chat in the show, and that'll probably help me finish the show. Monrovia's trending. Why is Monrovia trending? Okay, boy, my computer's going slow. Too close for comfort. A bear has been sighted in a neighborhood in Monrovia, California, and one onlooker was very close. Too close. What the hell's this guy doing? Are you kidding me? Now, granted, that's just a regular brown bear. It's not a grizzly bear. But why is this guy is nuts? That's way too close to be to a bear. What are you thinking here? Oh my God. Not your average bear. A very large bear was spotted roaming the streets of Monrovia, California, seemingly taking in the signs, enjoying the amenities of residents' backyards, and not minding the attention at all. So these people are running around following this bear around Monrovia. That's kind of funny. A bear has been spotted wandering through the streets. That's hilarious. And then all these dummies are the residents of Monrovia are very upset about news choppers so early for a bear sighting. There are bears here near residents daily. Now, news teams are getting too close. Leave the bear alone. It's very upsetting. Yeah, stay away from the damn bear. The bear is going to protect itself, even if you're not really doing anything to do damage to the bear. All right, real quick, I'm going to pull in D.I. Freighter to the show. Good morning, D.I. Are you there? Oh, you're muted right now.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. How are you doing this morning?
Okay. Hello, everybody. I just wanted to see if I could get this to work on my phone. I have an Android, so it was pretty easy to pop in. I've never used this before.
All right,
but I just I wasn't planning on anything other than to wish you and Lady Boomer a happy anniversary. How many years did you say it was?
Oh, thank you so much. 27 years tomorrow.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been
Mr. Watcher and I've been together 29 years.
Oh, nice.
Only married 21.
Okay.
Because I was stubborn. He had to drag me to the altar. I had to, make an honest man out of him.
Awesome. How did you guys meet?
Actually, he was on a date with a friend of mine. And I didn't even really pay him any attention.
Oh.
And then, 6 months later, we ran into each other again, and it was magic.
Okay.
But anyway, so that was all I wanted to do is just wish you a happy anniversary, see if I could get this phone thing to work, and say hi to everybody in the chat so we all know each other's voices now.
Outstanding. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Okay, have a good day.
We'll talk to you later. All right, let's finish up the Twitter trends here, and we'll get the heck out of here because it's I'm almost to my limit here. So that bear running through Monrovia, Good Friday's trending number 11. We Are Bulletproof. I think that has something to do with it's K-pop something, but I don't know. Is it the same band related? Me telling myself that I have to stop crying over We Are Bulletproof, the Eternal. Okay, yeah, this is a K-pop thing, but I don't. This is from Map of the Soul 7-2. Okay, more K-pop. You all can look that up yourself. Let's see. You Are My Soulmate. That has something to do with music too. Okay. So apparently, BTS owns the world. Today, the world is fueled purely by the energy of all of us collectively gasping at You Are My Soulmate and Ayushuga. Okay, more K-pop love. All right, and finally, let's see. Louder and Bombs, that's K-pop too. Grimes is trending with. Oh, okay, there's a whole bunch of new music out. Who has new music out? Maybe this will be a list. That would be good if this is just a list of people with new music out. Can't stop thinking about the last paragraph of Pitchfork's review of Grimes' new album. Wait, is this what? Everything is BTS. Listening to Grimes' Miss Anthropocene, like, okay. Anyway, it's Friday. There's always new music out on Fridays. We'll move on. Oops, I went too far. Let's go back. Last of the trends on okay, Lloyd Blankfein. Who is Lloyd Blankfein? Let's find out. Lloyd Blankfein completely justifying all loathing and rage and demonization of Wall Street. Huh? Okay, the Democrats would be working very hard to find someone who is as divisive as Trump. But with Bernie, they would have succeeded. Lloyd Blankfein tells me in a lunch with the Financial Times, I might find it harder voting for Bernie than Trump. Okay, so Lloyd Blankfein is the guy. I can't remember if he's a CEO of or a former CEO of some big firm that he was bitching about Trump. Former CEO on a gap year. Here's Lloyd Blankfein. It says former CEO on a gap year, whatever that means. But he's not a fan of Trump at all, and he wants to vote for any Democrat except for Trump until now, because now he says I might find it harder to vote for Bernie than for Trump. Well, good for him. These people are pissed. Lloyd Blankfein is a billionaire, but doesn't feel rich. An estimated Okay, so let's see. Here's what they put here. Blankfein, who was worth an estimated $1.1 billion in 2015, told Lucci he considers himself to be well-to-do rather than rich. I can't even say rich, he said. I don't feel that way. I don't behave that way. Well, that's some virtue signaling stuff. You are rich, dude. But you know what? Again, billionaires are rich not necessarily because they're swimming in gold coins in the extra room they built for the gold coin swimming pool. But they're rich. Yeah, we know that. Anyway, former Goldman Sachs CEO. Okay, that's where he was. And he despises Trump. But he says it might be harder to... Anytime you say something that you're not going to vote for Bernie, ooh, Lord, the Bernie bros are going to come after you. You know they are. You can't say nothing bad about Bernie. That's dangerous. All right, Lad, 18 trending. Something about the NHL if you're a hockey person. Calling Lad up is like trading for a former 29-goal scoring two-time Stanley Cup winner without losing any assets. Lou once again playing chess while the rest of the league plays checkers. Apparently someone named Lad is being brought back to the New York Islanders. Okay, if you're a hockey fan, you know what that's about. I don't, even though I live in the land of hockey. And finally, finishing up the Twitter trends, Keaton Jones. Let's see what this is about. Keaton Jones couldn't do it at home. He fooled us the whole time. What is this all about? I don't know. I'm trying. Oh, wait, I don't want. Oh, Lord, I thought I was going to click on something that I shouldn't be clicking on. This guy's got some foreign dollar bills in there. I don't know what that means. Sorry, can't come out tonight. It's still winter. Jomo, what the hell that has to do? Y'all, Quad and Bales finesse Twitter like Keaton Jones, and now we all look like clowns. I don't even know what this means. Okay, so people are annoyed by whoever this. I don't know what this is either. Okay, wait a minute. Didn't Keaton Jones' mother? Oh, this is somebody. Okay, wait a minute. Is this that kid? This is this kid. Okay, wait a minute. I feel sorry for Young'un, but this story better not be another Keaton Jones finesse, or I'm gonna bully you more. Okay, so that's the 2017 kid. Keaton Jones' mother finesses America out of bans. Because remember, she said her son was being bullied, and then apparently the son was also been fighting with these same girls on the bus for years, or for at least a whole year. And this one is the one that got all the attention, and they were sending him money and all this shit. Now they got a new kid named Quaden Bales. This is this kid right here, and now this kid's showing up as money. I don't know what this means, but Keaton Jones is the one that's trending. That little Australia boy gonna end up like Keaton Jones. Twitter forgets, but Nicki boy always remembers. Okay, here's the thread. Let's go here. Here we go. This is interesting. Fascinating. Says y'all got played. Replying to, okay, y'all just be jealous. Here it is. This is the kid. Okay, I don't know what that means. This kid deserves a smile. Donate to his GoFundMe. Okay, here we go. Here's the story. Here is the story. Just gotta check to make sure. Okay, I'm gonna close down the StreamYard right now, so I won't have any more guests because we gotta go pretty soon. Here's the story. Someone set up a GoFundMe for this kid. Let's send a wonderful kid to Disneyland. 9-year-old Caden is an amazing boy from Australia with dwarfism. One day, when his mother picked him up from school, she found Caden in hysterics. Caden was being bullied so horribly in school that he just could not take it anymore. His mother filmed his tearful outcry and put it on Facebook and let people know the effect that bullying can have. The bullying was so severe, in the video, Caden can be heard saying, "Give me a knife. I want to kill myself." That's very sad. I'm setting up this GoFundMe to let Caden know that bullying will not be tolerated and that he is a wonderful human being who deserves joy. I want to fly Caden and his mother to America, get them a nice hotel, and bring them to Disneyland. The full story can be found at this link. This isn't just for Caden. This is for anyone who has been bullied in their lives and told they weren't good enough. Let's show Caden and others that there is good in the world and they are worthy of it. I've been in touch directly with Caden's mother, so I will have their information to book the flights. Funds will be raised. Phrase will be spent on 2 airplane tickets for Caden and his mother from Australia to Los Angeles, as well as providing hotel, food, tickets, and yada, yada, yada. Okay, and then he had this tearful video here, which I don't know about. Here it says this kid has no front teeth. The other one has. Not the same kid. Well, the kid's older now. That doesn't mean anything. It looks like the same kid. Never trust an Australian. Uh-oh, Richo. Shots fired. So he comes from a rich family. Doesn't mean he isn't being bullied. From 2015, this isn't the first time mom did something like this. 4-year-old boy with dwarfism called ugly and cruel by online trolls. So she's been putting her story out there more than once. Okay, so they're thinking that maybe a scam. Oh, and there's Michael Jordan saying, "Fuck them kids." Anyway, so that's why the other kid is trending, because Keaton Jones' story was similar to this, and people made GoFundMes and stuff, and there you go. So that's all, people. That is all. Go figure. Anyways. Thank you for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. We are here Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 3 p.m. GMT. for Richo and all the other people who are not from the States, but still pay attention to what we're doing here. Canadians, you can use these same time zones that we use, because we do. Thanks so much for being here. If you haven't done so already, on your way out the door, hit the like button, that little thumbs up, or Duck Dog obviously could hit the thumbs down, and please share the stream. You can share it whether we're at the beginning of the show or the end of the show. It does show up as a replay on YouTube, and if you're watching that replay, please make sure to leave a comment in the comment section, just so I can acknowledge that you were here and say thank you, or maybe even just give you a little one of those little heart thingies in the comment section. And finally, if you want to donate to the show, or hey, it's our wedding anniversary week, you can always use extra dough. Anyway, no, you can donate to the show. Keep it rolling. Help me put the studio together in the basement. That you can do through the Streamlabs link in the description down below, or right there, PDawgNight.live. And we do obviously read our super chats. Thank you, C. Thomas, Lamented Guide, Brenda, G. Fry. I think I'm saying that right, for the super chats today. I really appreciate you and everyone in the chat who participate and have great conversations. That's all for today. My name is PDawg Night, and I'm out of here. Have a fantastic day. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDawg Night, and thank you for watching today on the PDawg Night channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawg Night, and I'm out of here.